Early this past summer, we had a woodchuck that took up residence near our garden. Compared to woodchucks we have had in the past, this one was not doing too much damage. Though it did eat some sunflowers and Brussels sprouts, it mainly ate the invasive goutweed and the clover cover crop. However, we still did not want it around, and after failures of high-velocity lead and trapping, we have found them hard to trap as we have not found anything they preference. My mother asked me to build a smoke bomb to try to smoke it out of its burrow. Using my typical 60% potassium nitrate, 40% sugar ratio, but this time at a much larger scale than my standard 20-gram batches. In this case, I am producing a 100-gram smoke bomb. Using the method of dissolving these reactants in water to mix them completely, followed by evaporating that water. As it is harder to dissolve, I add the potassium nitrate first and add as little water as possible so that I don't have to boil it off. Heating it up allows for more to dissolve in the same amount of water. I'm not sure of the chemistry, but I don't think it matters for dissolution that I add the quickly dissolving sugar later once all the potassium nitrate has dissolved, but it can't hurt. Then comes the long process of boiling off the water. Every bit of water that was added needs to get removed, which is why I aim to use as little water as possible when dissolving the ingredients. Once the bulk of the water is removed, the consistency changes and it becomes sticky. Though I am always worried that I will let some of it get to ignition temperature, I've yet to have it happen on a hydrocarbon stove that I can turn down low during this final stage. I scrape it out when I feel it has probably had all the water driven out, but I don't really know. I have seen others keep heating it until it becomes brown, but I have yet to experiment with that myself. Moving it into the container I built for it needs to happen fairly quickly, as once this cools it hardens and becomes unworkable. I do keep a very low flame going to keep the pot warm to allow me to do a good clean out of the mixture before it hardens. I then wrap the modified toilet paper tube container in newspaper, as that seems to be the most reliable fusing methods that I have used. The string is so that if I get it down in the hole and it does not light, I can pull it out and try again. My intention was to light it via the newspaper and then try to roll or push it down the burrow as far as I could. I did forget to get it far down the burrow when I tried to light it via the newspaper.
It's smoking?
No, I put it in just the newspaper burning. I guess it's not working. I think that the newspaper may not have lit it due to most of it being wrapped in the cardboard, which likely did not burn well. I have some ideas for better fuses that I will be testing. Yeah, I realize that now. Given that I now needed to use the propane torch to ignite the smoke bomb, I could not get it down far.
That sounded pretty powerful. Whoa!
It's directional.
That puff of smoke as it got going hit me in the face quite hard, a good reminder of why I always wear safety glasses. It also disoriented me for a bit, which meant I was quite delayed in getting the pieces of wood to block up the burrow and hopefully keep the smoke in. Though most of it probably would have left the burrow, even if I was reasonably quick at getting those pieces of wood on there.
You said you were gonna make a big one.
I didn't expect it to go like that.
Yeah.
Never.
Wild.
I've felt pretty predictable about what this was going to be like, but it wasn't that way. It's much more explosive. Unfortunately, I was unable to get this to go off deep enough in the burrow to really fill it with smoke. Though the tails of smoke that continued to leak out for a while indicated that some remained in the burrow, most of it immediately escaped. As the smoke drifted away, it made quite a cloud. This was the largest smoke bomb I've ever lit off by several factors, so I guess I should not be surprised that the smoke cloud is so much larger and distinct than I'm used to.